We had several very interesting conversations privately, and there were so many wonderful things you said, and I was wondering if you could tell them to
Mostly it was
everybody.
yes and no.
Yes, no. Yes, no. We talked about the process of learning piece of music, new work.
Yeah.
How would you go about it? What is your creative process?
It's, I don't know, in a sense it depends on the piece. Generally speaking, I would try to get a sense of what the whole piece is like. One thing that I think is quite important, for the first time, when you pick up a new piece, don't try to go through it at the piano, because you will encounter difficult places where you will start to think, well, how will I be able to play this? What do I have to do? What kind of movements? How will I be able to do this on the instrument? That's unavoidable if you take it to the instrument. I really would recommend that you pick it up like a book. Find a comfortable chair with good light and read it through like a book. You can already, if you read something, a piece of music, you can already hear it to a certain degree just by reading it. And get an idea just by reading it. Even maybe taking, if it's very contrapuntal music, taking different lines like the soprano line or the alto line or the tenor or bass, taking them separately. But get an idea of what the sweep of the piece is before you take it to the piano. Get an idea, get a sense of the tempo, and then take it to the piano. Already with a burgeoning, a beginning idea of what you think it should sound like. Take as long as you need, an hour, several hours, maybe a couple of days before you actually take it to the instrument. Because we get so absorbed in this responsibility that we have to play every note that's there. That's our job. But that's just the beginning of it. It's what importance we give to what kind of material and how we organize it that our real work starts. There is this kind of what I would call a false dichotomy, a false separation. Well, let me learn the notes, and then I'll put the expression in. That really is backwards, because the expression will dictate how you play the instrument, how you play the piano to get what you're going for. I know it sounds weird, but try it. Give it a chance.
There are a lot of young pianists here, ages maybe 14 through 18.
Yeah, it's scary.
And it's scary how amazingly they sound, how amazing they play.
Yeah.
When you were their age, do you recall going through a similar process then, or was it a different process?
Well, my case might be a little bit special in that I had the incredibly great fortune of coming to one of the great musicians of the whole 20th century when I was 9. And I worked with him for 10 years before he kicked me out. Yeah, I had become lazy. You know, I'd learn a new piece, and rather than tackle the challenges, the musical challenges of the piece, I would learn the notes and say, well, I'll take it to my lesson next week, and he'll lay the truth on me, you know? And he recognized that, and he said, it's time now for you to go out and make your own mistakes. And by mistakes, he didn't mean wrong notes, but he meant wrong choices, wrong decisions. And that's the only way you learn, is by making mistakes. A mistake is part of the learning process. It's part of the growing process. Don't be afraid of mistakes. They're vitally important. So my training was a little bit out of the ordinary.
Can you talk a little bit more about that period of your life?
Well, not much was going on when I was 9. Personally, that is. The world was about to be enveloped in a world war. So the times were, in a way, they were a lot easier than today, because though it might seem strange to say, it was a popular war. Everybody agreed, pretty much everybody agreed, that it was a war that had to be fought. There was this one madman, loose, in Germany called Hitler, and he had done unspeakable things and had gained considerable power. And everybody else in the world realized that he had to be stopped. So, you know, we joined together, all of us, with all the diversity that this great country has. And it was a very expensive war in terms of life, as well as what they call treasure.